Number of drinks sold at a cafe one Tuesday is shown in the table. We want to draw a pie chart to represent this information. The first thing I'm going to do is add a column to my table for angles. Because pie charts basically represent pieces of data as angles. So to work out what angle I'm going to need for tea, coffee, hot chocolate and cold drink, I'm firstly going to add up to see how many drinks were sold. So we have 20 plus 55 plus 11 plus 34, which is 120. So in total, 120 drinks were sold. Now I want to work out how many degrees each drink is worth in terms of the pie chart. So I'm going to say that 360 degrees, which is the number of degrees in one full circle, one full turn, that is worth 120 drinks. So to work out how many degrees one drink is worth, I'm going to divide both sides by 120. This will give me that one drink is worth 360 divided by 120, which is just 3. So every drink is worth 3 degrees. So we would say that our multiplier is 3. So to work out how many degrees I need for tea, I would just do 20 times 3, which is 60. How many degrees for coffee? 55 times 3, which is 165. How many degrees for hot chocolate? 11 times 3, which is 33 degrees. 34 times 3 for cold drinks, and that's going to be 102. Yeah. What I'm going to do now is just check that these add up to 360. And they do, which suggests that we've got it right. And I'm now going to draw the pie chart using a protractor. Here's my protractor, and I basically need to draw each angle for each type of drink. So if I start with tea, we've got 60 degrees for tea. So what I'm going to do is measure 60 degrees above the line. So I'm going to go anti-clockwise. That's on the inside of the protractor, so I'm going to stay on the inside, make a little mark at 60 degrees here, and I'm then going to draw a straight line using a ruler from the center of the pie chart to my point. I'm now going to do coffee, which is 165 degrees. So I'm going to move my protractor so that it's lined up with where the last angle finished, like that, and I'm going to draw 165 degrees. Now the 0 is on the inside, so I'm going to stay on the inside, and the 165 from there is going to be here. And I'm now going to draw that angle. Again, using a ruler. Okay, and now I'm going to do 33 degrees for hot chocolate, so I'm going to put my protractor so that it's lined up with the last position of my, there we go, last position of my, or the last angle that I've drawn. And it's 33 degrees, so 33 from there is going to be here. So make a little mark and draw my angle. And the last angle should be 102 degrees, but if we look at our pie chart, we can see it should already be about that, and we can see actually it is exactly 102 degrees. So I'm now just going to finish my labels. So we had tea, 60 degrees, coffee was 165, hot chocolate was 33 degrees, and then lastly cold drink was 102 degrees, and that's how I would draw my pie chart. Here's a question for you to try. So I'd like you to draw the circle and the line, And then to complete the table, to fill in the angles, and then to complete the pie chart for this information on Six Nations winners. Please pause the video and have a go now, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. Okay, so here are the answers. I'm going to work out my total frequency, so the total number of times 1, 4, 8, 10, 15, that's 15. To work out my multiplier, I need to do 360 degrees divided by 15, which is going to be 120 over 5, which is going to be 24. So what this means is that every single win is worth 24 degrees. So I need to times by 24 to get my angles. So 4 times 24 is going to be 96. So we have 96 degrees and 96 degrees, and then we have 48 degrees, and then we have 120 degrees. And just to verify that adds up to 360, you can just add them up. And they do. So I can now draw my pie chart. And there's my pie chart. I just realized there's a spelling mistake here. That should say 1. My apologies there. So that would be our completed pie chart. This is a GCSE question. Please pause the video now and have a go at it. And when you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. So here's a table that we could draw to illustrate the information, and I'll put the numbers in now. We can now work out the total frequency, which is 90 degrees, or not degrees, just 90 people. And then we can work out the multiplier by doing 360 degrees divided by 90. Which gives us just 4. So basically our multiplier is 4. So we need to multiply each frequency by 4 in order to get the angles. So 40 times 4 is going to be 160. 25 times 4 is 100. 16 times 4 is 40. And 24, which is 64. 9 4s are 36. And we can add those up to 360 to check that we're right, and now we can draw the pie chart. And that should be what your pie chart looks like. Here's a slightly trickier GCSE question. So in this question, we're not really expected to use a protractor, we're just expected to use our knowledge of angles and proportion. So we know here that 10 people chose brand A and 30 people chose brand C. We want to calculate how many chose brand D. Now, to do this, we're going to use the information that we have about brand A to work out the multiplier for the situation. So what we can do to help us with brand A, we know that brand A is 60 degrees on the pie chart. And this is worth 10 people because 10 people chose brand A. So if I'd like to work out how many people chose brand C, so first of all we'll do B and then we'll do C. To work out how many people chose brand C, well, if 60 degrees is 10 people and 30 people chose brand C, then brand C is going to be 10 times 3 is 30, 60 times 3 is 180. I need to multiply both sides by 3. So brand C takes up 180 degrees of the pie chart. So I'll just sketch that on. So that is brand C taking up 180 degrees, exactly half. So to work out how many people chose brand D, we need to see what the angle is for brand D. Well, we know there's 90 for B, 60 for A, 180 for C. So to work out how much there is for D, just remember angles around a point add up to 360. Or you could say angles in a straight line add up to 180. We have 150, 90 and 60. So to get D's angle, we just need to do 180, take away 150, which is 30. So angle D is 30 degrees. So 30 degrees, well, that's half of 60 degrees, so that's going to be half of 10 people, which is 5 people. So we can say that 5 people chose brand D. Occasionally, you'll have a question like this where there's a pie chart, but you don't need to use a protractor, or indeed, the pie chart might be drawn inaccurately, so you can't. Here's a GCSE question for you to try. Please pause the video now and have a go, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. Here's the answer. So, first of all, you want to work out what fraction of the members said they ate fewer than 5 portions of fruit or veg. Well, that's just going to be 120 out of 360, because the angle for fewer than 5 portions of fruit or veg is 120. 120 out of 360, that will simplify down to 1/3. For E, or for the next part of the question, how many members said they ate 5 portions or more than 5 portions of fruit or veg? So 5 portions or more than 5 portions. In total, that's going to be 150 plus 90, which is 240 degrees. Now we want to work out how many, we want to essentially work out the multiplier. We want to work out how many people every degree is worth. To work out the multiplier, we do 360 divided by 36, which is going to be 10. So basically there's 10 degrees per person. So if we have 240 degrees, we just need to do 240 divided by 10 to work out how much this is worth in terms of people. So 240 divided by 10 is 24, so we can say 24 members said they ate 5 portions or more.